next day, Sherry began to wear funeral attire. And the increased level of attention pleasantly surprised her. There was a parade of inquiries and helpful advice about how Pansy's body might be dealt with. Ingrid, from accounting, had pets buried in her backyard. Not a viable option for Sherry, as she lived on the 4th floor. Mr. Robinson's secretary, Jennifer, said her cats were taken to the vet to have their departure administered through lethal injection. She wasn't sure what happened to the bodies. Jeff, the summer intern, said some people donate pets to the University of Guelph Veterinary School for dissection. But Sherry felt that one's insides should be a private matter. Further research led to Heavenly Pets' website. Their internment package offered grief counseling with a trained professional, one-on-one or via group session. Sherry liked the idea of discussing her loss with like-minded individuals. She sent them an inquiry. Colleagues emailed Sherry links to pet memorial websites and Facebook groups for grieving owners. They sent relevant memes and images of gray Persians. Unfortunately, Eric, a junior law clerk, found it humorous to send her images of actual dead cats. Sherry spent the weekend updating her social media so hundreds of followers could respond appropriately. When Heavenly Pets finally got back to her, she discovered their fees were even further beyond her reach than the previous alternatives. Sherry's best pal, Misty, discouraged crowdfunding. She said it would make Sherry a social exile. On Saturday night, Misty loaned Sherry black clubbing attire, which included a leather bustier, fishnet stockings, and knee-high boots. As the week passed, Sherry had never felt better. Her motivation shifted from memorializing Pansy's departure to cultivating attention through wearing attire noir. She couldn't fit the ice cream in the freezer due to the nondescript package that was once Pansy, and she thought about taking the bag out, but feared allowing it to thaw. So instead, she ate the whole tub of ice cream, a decision that did not sit well with her. On the second Thursday, Sherry observed the city's waste collection truck as she waited for the bus. She couldn't put Pansy in a trash because she imagined the horror of the bag being torn apart by bulldozers. But she did wonder if Pansy could go in the compost. I mean, a decomposing cat is not that much different than a turkey carcass. But when she realized she'd have to remove Pansy from the bag, that was unthinkable. She considered burying the parcel at Riverside Park. Unfortunately, she didn't own a shovel. The litter box scoop was not strong enough to break ground, and even her largest serving spoon was insufficient. Misty suggested a water burial in the Speed River. The bag would need to be weighted down so that it didn't float ashore downstream. Sherry said no because Pansy had a hysterical fear of water. After 2 weeks of indecision, Sherry learned that the Humane Society might help. So on Saturday morning, she slipped Pansy into a reusable bag bearing the local grocery store's logo. She worried about it defrosting on the 20-minute bus ride. Immediately upon arrival, a kindly receptionist whisked the bag away to a back room, relieving Sherry of the emotional burden that she had carried so bravely for 10 long days. While waiting for the return of her bag, Sherry heard a lamenting chorus. She followed their siren call to a room with cages holding a variety of kittens, many reaching through the bars with a coaxing paw. In the top row, Sherry made eye contact with a tiny gray face. The sympathetic staff member facilitated the adoption, and that night, Sherry lay sleepless as her new roommate, Petunia, plaintively meowed while using her needle-like claws to tear at the bedspread. I also have a poem for you. Now, as mentioned, in a previous life, I was a secondary school English teacher. And when trying to teach young people about poetry, sometimes it's a good idea to encourage them to bring in their favorite song lyrics, and then we can use those song lyrics and analyze them as poems. And in my day, those song lyrics might be written by John Lennon or Leonard Cohen or Bob Dylan, and they would be full of deep philosophy and maybe some literary devices. And I, at the time of this incident, was dealing with a group of college-level grade 12 students, all young men. And one of them brought in a poem by a gentleman named Chris Brown. I did not know who Chris Brown was. He's an American rapper who is best known for his misogynistic outlook on life and for a viral video where he beats up his girlfriend, Rihanna. So I looked at this lyric and wondered what I might do to engage with these young people, and I decided that the best way to do it was to translate the rap into English so that we could discuss together what Mr. Brown was actually saying to them. So what I have for you is the song Look at Me Now, the translation. I do not understand how you can form a bad opinion of me when you are not a member of my social group. You are not someone we would associate with. Ha! Let's proceed. Give me a beat. I have a blonde girlfriend. She works as a model. I drink golden liquor right from the bottle. I drive a yellow Lamborghini. It's convertible. Yes, indeed. Your car does not look okay. What you earn in 10 years, I can earn in 2 days. Women find me so pretty, like Mr. Cool J. If you had my material goods, you'd brag this way. Mr. Miyagi really would be pleased to know that my girlfriend waxed off all her body hair, including her most private parts. I'll make a random reference to Harikari here. Pay attention to me immediately. Oh, look, I am earning lots of money. I request that you look at me. Oh, immediately look at me. I am more unique than a man who's had intercourse with a woman who has given birth. Let that sink in for a minute. I am more unique than a man who has intercourse with a woman who has given birth. Okay, give me that beat. My male body part is bigger than a gorilla's. I can outperform all sexual rivals. You should confine your female partner, for I have the ability to entice her away from you. There's a possibility that she might accidentally be impaled on my reproductive organ. Excuse me, I said reproductive organ. I did not intend to say reproductive organ. However, since the matter of my reproductive organ has arisen, Anyone who feels negatively towards me might want to pay homage to it. I am done talking now. Thank you.